Well, good morning, friends. I thought we would have a little sit-down coffee chat, finish my coffee, and catch you guys up on what's been going on around here. Quite a lot has been going on around here, and not very much of it has been very good, unfortunately. In my last video, not the grocery haul video, the one before that, I'm sorry about Artie. He's screaming. I might have to go shut Olivia's door if he keeps that up. Anyhow, I did the cleaning video where I moved stuff out from under there and to get ready for our mini split air conditioner slash, it's also a heater. It's got a heating element in it. And before I even was able to post that video, Scott had already ordered the unit and it came like very quickly within 2 or 3 days. So that was last week. And so my husband, you know, he's got a big project on. He does not dawdle. He just gets right in there and gets going on it. And the very first thing he needed to do was take ceiling panels down in our basement and take the insulation out and do some stuff because he has to run the wires. So let me show you up close this unit. So here's the unit. It is not hooked up yet. It's quite large. He wanted to get one that was going to be big enough to cool the entire upstairs, and I think this is gonna do it. But anyway, you can see, if you look through that hole, you can see my basement. He cut holes in the floor. That's where the piping and the drain tubes and everything has to go down into the basement. And then he's going to, I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he's gonna take the wiring and stuff through the side of the house and attach it to this unit. This is the outdoor unit. You can see some of the hoses and the tubing and all of that. So he's going to be working on that. He's been working on that. Boys, Oliver, why are you barking? Did you hear that? Probably heard that noise. That's from the highway. We live not too far from a big, busy highway, so we hear road noise a lot. So anyway, that first day when he was downstairs getting all of like the preliminary stuff done, he was working, like looking up, working in the ceiling, and all kinds of dust and dirt and insulation dust, and he had to like, I don't know what all he was doing, but he made a mistake and did not have on eye protection. He had on his glasses, and it did occur to him that maybe he should put his like goggles on that he uses for when he's working with stuff like that, and he thought his glasses would be enough to protect his eyes. Well, it wasn't. He ended up getting dust or something in his eye, and it was really bothering him, and he's like, "Can you look in my eye?" Well, I looked in his eye with a flashlight. I didn't see anything. And at this point, it wasn't even really bloodshot or red or anything. He just said it felt like he scratched his eye. And so he had some eye drops, and he was just putting eye drops in his eyes, and whenever he'd put the eye drops in, his eye would feel better. Well, yesterday, so it's been probably about a week ago that he did that. And so yesterday I said, "Boy, your eye is really bloodshot today." It's the same eye that's been bothering him. And so he looked in his eye again with a flashlight, and this time he saw something in there, and a little black speck of something. And anyway, he's going to the eye doctor today. And hopefully he didn't do some damage to his eye. Hopefully they can just like flush his eye out and give him some eye drops or something. So he did that. And then I think it was a couple of days later. Let me go shut Olivia's door. Hold on. So where was I? A couple of days later, it would have been on Tuesday, so a week tomorrow, it will be a week. He got home from work, he changed his clothes, he went straight downstairs to start working on this project again. And he was up on a 3-foot ladder, and his foot slipped, and he was in his office right by his computer table, and his foot slipped and he fell, and he reached out to catch himself, and he jarred his right arm really badly on the computer desk because he caught himself with that arm. Well, about 12 years ago or so, he tore his rotator cuff in that arm. So it's always been a little bit of a weaker, that arm has always been a little bit weaker, but he's been able to like pretty much heal it. He didn't have to have surgery or anything. It just healed, or at least got to the point where he could use it and it wasn't painful. Well, jarring it like that really messed up his shoulder again. That was on Tuesday. He called the doctor like almost immediately, and I knew that meant that it was pretty painful because he's not one to just rush to the doctor. And they got him in the next day. He stayed home from work on Wednesday, and he went to the doctor. And of course, there's not a whole lot they can tell just from the physical exam, but the doctor's pretty confident that he hurt that rotator cuff again. He sent him over for an x-ray, which that just makes no sense to me whatsoever. An x-ray is not going to show anything unless it's bone related. But at least in the state of Indiana, it's always a prerequisite to an MRI. They will not do an MRI until they've done an x-ray first. And it doesn't matter what the injury is. You always have to have an x-ray first. I personally think it's just a way to milk us for more money and to sock it to the insurance company. But I'm a pessimist when it comes to the medical system. I'm the first one to admit it. I don't trust them, and I think most of them are crooks. But anyway, that's my opinion. So anyway, he went straight over to get the x-ray. The doctor prescribed him some anti-inflammatory and told him to ice it, rest it, all the things that you're supposed to do. And Scott's not going to necessarily go get that MRI unless within a couple of weeks it's not a lot better, because he thinks that just by, resting it and not using it too much and etc., taking the medication, that it can get to where it's not hurting him anymore. And if it's not hurting him anymore, he's not going to get the MRI, and he's definitely not going to get surgery unless he absolutely has to, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to do that either. It's quite an extensive recovery if he has to have surgery, and he just doesn't want to do that. So that man, he's still been working on installing this thing just with one arm. It does me no good to try to tell him to not do it, because he's stubborn and he will do what he wants to do. So I just don't even argue with him anymore. It's like in the evenings after he's been doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing, he sits down and his arm is achy. I don't say a word. It's like, well, what do you expect? But anyway, so that happened. And then on Wednesday, the day that Scott was home, the day after he hurt his shoulder, he got a text from Travis saying Travis had hit a deer on his way to work and really messed up his car. It's still drivable, but the driver's side headlight is gone. There's like nothing left of it. The bumper is broken and was kind of hanging down. And Travis had to take duct tape and tape it up so that it wouldn't rub on the tire. The grill is gone in the front, and the hood's bent. So, I think what Travis's plan is, he's been needing to get a truck for a long time. He just has a sedan type car, 4-door, but he has a lot of tools that he has to use for his job, and his boss has been sending him out on solo jobs more and more often because Travis is getting more and more experience, and so he's been going out on solo jobs, which means he has to drive his car, use his tools, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's really challenging when you have these great big giant toolboxes. He's got those Milwaukee, like they're stackable toolboxes, and you can pull them on wheels or whatever. And they're heavy, they're full of tools. And so anyway, he's been thinking about getting a truck for quite a while now. So he's got his eye on a 4-wheel drive truck. Boy, trucks are expensive. Whew. And I think he's going to go talk to them. I don't know if he's going to go talk to them today. He's got enough money in the bank that he could pay cash for it, but he wants to build up his credit. So I think he's going to pay half cash and then get a loan for the other half and then just pay it off quickly, just so he can build some credit. Because he never had a credit card. He's never borrowed money. The car he has now, he paid cash for it. So yeah, just to build a little credit, he's going to do that. And then he's talking about just giving the car to Olivia, and then Olivia can pay to have it repaired, and then she'll have a nice 4-wheel drive sedan car to be her car. So that's the plan, I think. It always plans always change, but that is the plan for now, and I think that's a good plan. And I think it's very, very generous of him to do that for his sister. So, because his car is a really nice car. I don't remember what year it is. I don't remember the year of it. It's not new, really new or anything, but for some reason 2017 pops in my head, but I don't know if that's right. But anyway, it's a nice car, and it'll be a good starter car for her. And she couldn't buy a nice car for, even if it costs a couple $1,000s to fix it from the damage, she couldn't get a car as nice as that for that money. So that happened. What else has happened? We had some very warm, like almost unseasonably warm weather last week. And my tulips, all of them bloomed they were so pretty. And I did take a picture of them. I will insert that here. I'm so glad I did take that picture because last night, I don't know how low it got. I think it got down in the 20s last night. And so now my tulips they got frostbite and they're all droopy, and I think they're done. But they were so pretty. I enjoyed them so much, and I really think I'm going to be planting more tulip bulbs this fall because I think they might quickly be becoming my favorite flower. So anyway, so that happened, and I think we're supposed to have some cool temperatures this week, which I don't mind. I like it when it's cooler, and I don't like all the thunderstorms and things that we've been having. We haven't had anything too severe, but there's been quite a bit of severe stuff around us. It's just not come to our property, which I'm thankful for that. This is Olivia's last full week of school. Next week is finals, and her schedule, finals week is always goofed up. The schedule is completely different than her normal schedule would be. So I'm not sure what her schedule is going to be like next week, but she does have several days of finals. And then on Friday, May 1st, which is next Friday already, she graduates. It's commencement day, and I can't believe that she is graduating already. I know it was only a 2-year college, but boy, did it seem like the 2 years just flew by. I'm sure, I think some of you guys have said that too, that you can't believe it's been 2 years already. But anyway, she's very anxious to be done. She's tired of studying and doing all of these classes and things, and she's ready to move on to the next chapter. So I'm excited for her, and she's worked really hard, and she's overcome quite a few challenges to do this endeavor, and she made it through it, and so I'm very proud of her. Other than that, I think there's not a whole lot more going on. Yeah. So this has been a very chatty video so far, been kind of a long video so far. So I don't know how much more I'm going to add to this, but I'll probably add something more to it so it's not just a sit down talk video, coffee chat video. But I'm going to go ahead and do my morning routine first. I got to get on my vibration plate that Scott got me for my birthday, and by the way, I'm loving that so far. And before long, I'm going to have to head back and pick Olivia up from school again. Oh, there is one other thing I wanted to mention. You remember that chicken that had bumblefoot last year that Olivia and I had to do surgery on, and months of taking care of her? She has a bumblefoot again. I discovered it last week. She was limping when I was out there taking care of them. I noticed that she was limping, and I know it's her. I can tell it's her because she lost a toe, her toenail on one toe. I mean, her toe's still there, but she lost the entire toenail, and so you can tell because she is missing a toenail. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're limping again. She wasn't limping really badly, and her foot wasn't super swollen, but I could tell, and I'm like, oh no. So I caught her. Olivia helped me, and sure enough, she has bumblefoot again. Instead of doing surgery on it again, we are trying a different approach, and so far it's working. I don't know if you've ever heard of an ointment called Prid, P-R-I-D, but it's a drawing salve. People can put it on like if you have a splinter or something else, like some kind of a sore and you want to draw infection out of it. That's what it's for. And I did quite a bit of reading on different like poultry websites, and they recommended using Prid for bumblefoot. So we caught her. I soaked her foot in Epsom salts water, warm Epsom salt bath, soaked it, cleaned it real good, kind of tried to scrape some of the scab off, and then put Prid on a gauze and put it on her foot. And every day we go out and change the gauze, put more Prid on, and it kind of softened that scab up, and I was able to get the scab off day before yesterday. And then that's a good, because once the scab comes off, then you can get what's called the kernel out, which is like the core of the infection. And so I'm hoping this Prid will just kind of draw that infection out, and then I won't have to go in there and cut it out, because it's just, it's not fun at all. I don't like it at all. So there's that, another not so great thing happening to us right now. The chicken's doing great. We have her secluded, isolated, clean her foot every day, rebandage her foot every day, make sure she has plenty of food and water, and she doesn't like being in there. She wants to be out with her friends, but she can't be out with her friends till her foot's healed up. So So we've got that going on as well. So anyway, let me get my morning routine done and then we'll see what else I can add to this video. All right, I have a couple of things I want to do in this video besides sitting and talking with you, but before I get started on that, I'm going to make myself something to drink. I am going to make up a little concoction here. I have some of my pomegranate juice. I'm going to put about that much in there. And then I've got some of this Mary Ruth's herbals. This is for your immune system. It's elderberry. So I'm going to put a dropper full of that in. And then I also have Mary Ruth's vitamin B complex. Ever since I've been taking this in particular, I feel like I've got so much more energy. It's like maybe part of my problem, I've been deficient in B vitamins. It's very possible. Then I've got hibiscus tea that I brewed yesterday. Hibiscus is very, very good for your blood pressure. I don't have a blood pressure problem, but I don't want to get a blood pressure problem. So, drink hibiscus tea. Fill it about that far. And then the last thing I'm going to add to it is, if I can stop dropping things, some of this Ultima. This is cherry pomegranate. This adds electrolytes and has sweetener. It's got stevia in it. Add that. I'm going to add some more water and some ice. I'll taste it for sweetness. If it's not sweet enough for me, because hibiscus can be kind of tart and so can pomegranate, I've got some of this stevia simple syrup. I can up the sweetness level. So let me get this finished and I'll taste it for sweetness. Like I said, I'm going to add some water and some ice to this. All right, I tasted it. It's very tart. Definitely needs more sweetness. Oh yeah, much better. Now I'm just going to add some ice and I will sip on this all afternoon. These are my air plant collection. And the idea behind the air plant is that you don't need to water them very often. They just kind of take moisture out of the air. Some people say you don't ever need to water them, and that's not true. You do need to water them on occasion, and it's been a while since I've watered them, and I want to get just a tiny gentle spray, like no more than that. It's also a good chance to kind of wash the container that they're in, because they get kind of dusty. We just need a little bit more of a stream. There we go. Just gonna kind of rinse them off real good. And then I've got these two that the container is wooden, so I don't really want to get that wet. So I'm just gonna dip the plant in there. And it will absorb the water through its leaves. And I do this, I don't know, every 3 months or so maybe. You don't have to water them often, but it is definitely a fallacy that you never have to water them. And there they are. All sparkling clean and nice drink of water. I'm on my way to get Olivia, pick her up from school, and I just wanted to pop on real quick and update you. Scott texted me from the eye doctor, and he had to take metal fragments out of his eye, and apparently the dark spot or whatever that he saw in his eye yesterday is actually rust, and so he has to go to a different location, a different eye doctor, to get that rust removed. So I asked him if he damaged his eye, if his eye was damaged, and he said very little. So that is a blessing. That is kind of a miracle. It's probably because he didn't rub his eye. He tried really hard not to rub it, and he just kept it, kept eye drops in it, like kept it lubricated. So that protected his eyeball. And I asked him if he's going to have to wear a patch, and he hasn't replied back yet, because he told me yesterday, there's no way I'm wearing a patch. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but my goodness. This will probably be the last time I take you guys with me to pick up Olivia. Like I said this morning, we only have 2 weeks. She'll be completely done. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to music, and you can enjoy this spring ride in the country. The trees are starting to bud out, starting to be color in the trees again, and grass is green, and look at that beautiful blue sky. Olivia's home. She's working on a project for one of her classes, and the poster board is about ethical agriculture, ethical treatment of animals, specifically dairy cows. And this is a picture that she printed off of to compare between a cow that never gets to stand on grass and one that is pasture raised. And you can tell that this cow is just dirty, his fur's not smooth, his eyes are kind of goopy, just not a very happy looking cow. And then there's this cow who just, look how pretty this cow is and how much happier it looks. So that's what her project is about. She's got lots of projects and lots of tests coming up in the next week and a half, so I spend every spare minute.
Still becomes sick, and 1.5 to 2.5 die due to the stress of being transported and being switched to a grain-based diet. So that's even with antibiotics. 12 to 20% still get sick.
She was saying that these grain-finished cattle are so, they're not meant to eat grain, they're supposed to eat roughage and grass and stuff, that they get sick and get infections and bloating and all of that kind of stuff. So what they do is they just put antibiotics automatically in the feed to help try to combat that, instead of just doing what is best for the cow.
And it's all because it just makes them grow way faster. Like,
yeah,
if you feed them on grain, it's only about, where was it? So if you feed cattle grain, it'll take about, where did I put it? Somewhere.
It says they can be as much as 4 pounds per day that they'll gain on grain.
But it takes about like 3 years from birth to slaughter for a cow that's fed grass to reach their weight. But when they're grain fed, it takes about 22 months.
Yeah. So it really
that's
cuts
like
down.
A third of the time.
Yeah.
That's why they do it, because it's faster and more economical that way.
But it's not best for the animals.
People think that it could be causing antibiotic resistance.
Yeah, she was saying how that it doesn't just impact the animal, it impacts us, because the meat is fattier and has less quality to it, and we are actually ingesting the antibiotics too, which can cause antibiotic resistance and all kinds of things. Well, this is what she's got done so far, but she wants to find some stickers. We went through all of my stickers and couldn't find any that she really wanted, so we're going to see if we can find some at Walmart and possibly order some off of Amazon if we have time. But this project's due on Wednesday, so probably won't get here in time from Amazon, but we'll see what we can figure out. All right, it's the next day, and we were able to find some things on Amazon next day delivery. So we ordered some of the, and it came, obviously, some of this border, and then some of these animal stickers, and then corn stickers, barn, tractor, some more corn, and some more animals. Are those stickers or those, you have to glue those on?
They're stickers. I just cut them out so I can place them.
Oh, okay. And she's got some other ideas, and so when this is all done, I will bring you back and we'll show you the finished product. All right, she has it done. I think it looks really good. She put these heart stickers and the world sticker over here because this is like trying to draw attention to the fact that it's up to us to care about how animals are treated. And like what we can do.
Well, Well, this Franciscan value of responsible stewardship is basically just all about like how God created us to take care of the world, and so it's our responsibility to love the world and take care of it properly.
Yeah.
So that's also kind of what this signifies.
And then she's got how it impacts our planet, how it impacts the cattle, why it matters. I think she'll do great. I think she'll get a good grade on this. She did a good job. And this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed our coffee chat this morning and spending the day with me and kind of seeing what Olivia is up to in her final week and a half of school. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. And we will see you again on Friday for another brand new video, another day in the life vlog. Bye-bye, friends.